Hey ladies, I wanted to go over the sales workbook that you have access to today. And I've sat here and done this for you. I am super proud of myself remembering these skills, but I wanted to show you exactly how to use it. So what I've done here is coming up, the very first tab is the pricing calculator, and this is really about that retail. If you're a retail entrepreneur, then you need to know exactly how much you should be charging for your pricing for your products or your items. This is not about services. This is really the one for the products. Maybe I should change this to products. Well, whatever. So what do you want to make per hour? So let's say, now I use this particular example in relation to the t-shirts. I sell t-shirts. So let's say though that I wanted to make 15, I was making these t-shirts myself and I wanted to make $15 per hour. So that's what would go there. The cost of that item would go here. So let's say that whatever I'm making, the shirt cost me $7. The actual vinyl lettering cost me $1.50 per shirt. I'm going to package it with some tissue paper. It's like 25 cents per t-shirt, and then I'm going to include a purple tote. I'll put that costing in there. Now if there's other materials that you need, my suggestion is to go through, I left you some space, add those additional items in there. Add those additional items, whatever the cost is for you to ship the things to you. If I am going to be buying t-shirts, there's a cost incurred when I ship that to me. FedEx charges me a cost. There's also, if I'm going to be including the graphics, my graphics is really all about social media graphics. Sometimes I'll outsource that and I'll pay for that. So if I'm including graphics, business cards, some collateral pieces, I'm going to include what particular costing that is there as well. However, that might not be a good one because this is for pricing of the product. So that is a different cost. Labels are important. If I was having a t-shirt company, I would actually have my label in the back. So that would be a cost. The product packaging, that would be a cost, right? If I'm going to I really want to ship my entrepreneur t-shirts out in this foil purple packaging. How much is that? That would be a cost. If I'm going to use some stamps, that would be a cost. And then I added some more just in case you have some miscellaneous items there. So once you add all this, there's a formula here, and it's going to calculate what that cost should be. So your total production cost is $25.25. If these are the right numbers. Now, what is our formula? Our formulation is whatever that cost is, it's cost times 2, right? So this is your cost times 2 gives you your very lowest price. And this is the lowest common denominator. And what this is it's doubling your price. It's just the lowest common denominator. So we have our cost is our cost of production plus our hour, meaning our labor, and then we times it times 2. That's how we get that. You should see I got my time. Time is important. $15 an hour, and maybe I'll highlight that and make it like yellow. So how much you want to be paying yourself? How much do you want to make per hour? How much you want to make per item sold? So if I want to make sure that I do that, then I would take all of these are my raw cost, and then that is my hourly rate. And then you multiply that times 2, and that gives you your pricing, right? So if this number, let's say what most people do is they take this and they just zero that out. And they say, okay, it cost me $10 to make the shirt, so I'm going to mark it up 5, and now my cost is $15. That is not how you do that. How much do you want to make? Well, I want to make at least $15 an hour. You know, I want to at least replace what I was making on the job. So if I put my $15 an hour in there and then I add up with that costing, I'm a bare minimum be paying out of the pocket. It's $25.25 for me to produce that. Now, the thought process behind that is if you were really in a production company, the hourly wage, your labor is a cost. It is a cost on your line item. It's a cost. So it's a cost for you as well. So the wholesale price on that item would now be $50. It's your cost plus your labor times 2. That's how you price it. Your retail would be double that. It's double that. So it would be your wholesale price times 2. So let's say that I have an actual t-shirt company and someone wants to resell my entrepreneur shirts. They have a boutique. They want to make some money off of it. Minimally, I should be doubling my cost. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So my retail price should be 101, right? My retail price should be 101, wholesale price $50.50. Now, if I wanted to have a median income, this is what I included as well. Because the lowest price you should charge, bare minimum, should be your cost plus labor times 2. Your middle pricing, let's say you wanted to actually add a little bit more buffer to it, your median pricing, this would be your Walmart pricing, this would be your Target, and this could be your Saks Fifth Avenue. And this is just a different variation. It's just a little bit of a percentage increase. So these are your price points, your low, middle, and high price points, right? So if you actually go into let's say you're actually going to an event and you're selling yourself and you price your items at $63. Well, now you can have a sale and say, hey, today only I'm going to give $15 off. And now but you don't want to go lower than your lowest price point. Don't go lower than your lowest price point, because you are not going to be able to make money if you don't. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. I might do some adjustments there because I really was trying to work on the formulation and making it pretty. I am not Mary Rose. Whole nother conversation. So here's our service calculator. Same concept. However, we're going to make this very simple. Service-based business, completely simple. How much you want to charge times how many people you want to sell, it gives you your goal, your sales goal, right? So intro sessions normally run between $99, $50 to $100, upwards of $200. So those are your intro sessions. I don't know what the name of your packages are. I have a marketing plan that I sell for $500. So I just put some basic bronze, silver, gold. These would be the actual packages if you have packages. If you don't have but 1 or 2 packages, then these numbers would be 0. These numbers would be 0. You can zero them out, and as you grow, you can add more. So let's say you only have one package and your package is $500, but your sales goal is $2,000. Well, we know we need to make 4 of those. We need to sell 4 of those to make $2,000. That's particularly it. But if you wanted to see this number grow, let's say that you say, okay, I know I need bare minimum. I need to make 4 $500 sales to make my number of 2,000. But how else can I get there? Let's say I only make 2 sales per month, and then for my intro session, it's $100, and I make 2 sales there, or I make 4 sales there. And now I'm at $1,400. Let's say I make 6 sales there. I'm at $1,600, and I make 1 more here. Wait, 3 here. So now I'm at $2,100. So even if my goal is 4, if I increase my intro session, I still can meet that number. But you really want to track it. So how I used to use this is every time I made a sale, I would come in here and add a tally. So if I made my 1 sale for the month and I made 1 sale here, then I would just come over here and just add this sheet, and then I can actually see a rolling number. You can totally see a rolling number, and this goes in conjunction with your budget sheet, and it makes more sense for when me and Mary Rose might do that, just combine them all so that you'll have it. But that's how you use that. It just makes the number easy, right? And as you see here, I had 1,200. Oh, that's a lot. I had 1,250 here, and maybe 2,000 there, and you literally could just go in here and say, oh my goodness, what if I sold 1 of those and 1 of those and 5 of those? Oh my goodness, this is how it helps you. When you look at your numbers, it really does help you make better decisions. Now here is your sales goals and your projections. So let's say that the goal every month is $5,000. And these are projections. So let's say by May, my goal really should be 10,000. Right? And by here, I should be at 15. Right? So at the end of the year, that's my number. Y'all, that's my real number. That replaces my corporate income. All right, so now I have a map. I have a blueprint of how I'm going to get there. But my actual sales, let's say over here on my sales calculator, for the month of January, my actual sales was $5,800. I'll put that there. I'm over my budget. I'm over my goal, right? I made more than 5,000 by 800. Made $800 more in January. So how can this help you? So you come in here and you put in the numbers that, let's say you only make $1,200. Okay, now we going down. We negative. You negative by $3,800. So you need to amp it up. Let's say this month I made 15. Now I'm over this month by 10, but I kind of caught up. I made my 5. I'm over by 10, and now I'm kind of caught up for that 3,800, and I'm back in a positive. I'm really moving towards my goals. But you really can see and track your progress. That's the whole point. The whole point of this, y'all, is to help you be able to track your progress in everything. Everything and anything. And I need to undo that. And if you ever mess this up, just hit undo, or you can copy. Hopefully you guys know how to use Excel, but that's a whole nother thing. But if you ever mess up, just hit undo, and that helps you. So hopefully this particular spreadsheet will help you, especially this. This is key because so many times I ask my clients and entrepreneurs, how did you come up with that cost? How do you know that $7 for your soap is an efficient price point, right? This will help you get that. Alrighty, let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if I need to make any adjustments for you. Have a great day.